We are back with our next guest here at Make It Make Sense. And y'all know that we only talk to the movers, shakers, and the tastemakers. And today we have the beautiful
Ms Demeanor.
Ms Demeanor,
yes.
That's cute.
Like Arsenio Hall.
Yes. So how are you doing?
I am good. I am blessed. Thank y'all for having me.
No, thank you for coming. Taking time out of your day to spend some time with little old us. Yes, we appreciate it.
No, this little old me.
So can you let our viewers know what it is that you do?
I am a pioneer rapper from Austin, Texas. I was on the Houston music scene for a while, so a lot of my known songs are from Houston, but I'm a native of Austin, so I always claim Austin, East Side.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it don't stop. Yeah, East Side. So
love that. Okay, so you said you do music. When did you know that you wanted to be an artist, and how did you know that you were good, that this is something, okay,
I actually started performing when I was 5, and I started doing like plays and playing Whitney Houston, Janet Jackson, and I just liked like the feedback I was getting from the audience. So I started then, and I started out dancing. So when I was 11, I went on to choreograph for the Dallas Cowgirls.
Oh wow!
So I started out just dancing.
You been working.
Yeah. My brother and I, we choreographed, and he's like a principal now at a school here, L.L. Campbell.
Okay.
And so we started out that way, and then when I was like maybe 11 is when I just like, okay, I like the dancing, but I also want to do music. So my brother wrote my first rap, and I was calling myself Daddy Little Girl at that time. So my first video, we shot it out at Lakeside at the carnival. And so I went.
Do you still have it?
No, I need to find it. I actually do. Like back then, we didn't have like internet like we have now. So like a lot of stuff, it's just like, man, I don't know where that stuff is. I don't even know what they recorded on back then. I know we was recording, putting like, the tape together. You put the little tape on the end, record, and then pull it out, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe not, but Tone know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what we used to do to record. So in case I would come on, I'm telling you, I found one of my mom's tapes, like, and I recorded over, I think, her Tina Marie, her James Brown. She was so mad, but I was like, hey, over it. I put tape, and I'm like, hey, I'm recording. Like, that's what I did. So we were doing a lot of that back then, and but once he wrote my rap, and I was just like, okay, I like this. And I went on to like, maybe when I was 14, I skipped like a couple of years after that. But when I was 14, I hooked up with Nook, and we started like doing a lot of stuff. Like, we were doing shows with like the Roots and the Jungle Brothers. So Black Thought, like all of them got to hear me rap, Bone Thugs.
Okay.
So we were just like mashing, just working with everybody, like Bun B, Master P, everybody. So,
I love
and
that.
back then it wasn't that many females. So it was just like from Texas, it was probably me, Ghetto Twins, Cliche, Angelique, and we still cool to this day. So, and then Mia X, Gangsta Boo, rest in peace. So it wasn't that many of us. So now it's just like, I'm glad there's so many females now. So, because it wasn't that many of us back then. It's like we fighting with the dudes. Like, hey man,
no, for real.
Like, and I was such a tomboy back then. I had my pants starched like way more than the dudes. They was like, dang, they could stand up by themselves. Like, we had a little regimen back then where we put the Safe Flow and the flour together and the water, mix it up, and oh my God, them pants would stand up. I mean, in the corner like a dead person.
Oh my goodness.
So like I was doing that, so I was a tomboy like all the way until I got like maybe 17, and then I started wearing little girly clothes and stuff, and that's
you
that.
say pioneer, that's
started out
you've been here.
Like back then, I think it was from Austin. We had like the Coolie Girls. They started out with everybody, Miss Dank and everybody, and then I met Miss Dank them. They used to perform at these clubs downtown on 6th Street. So I would see them, and like I really like appreciated like their showmanship, everything they were doing. So sometimes I would see them, I would be like dancing like with my dance groups, and then the next time I seen them, I had my group Bella Mafia. So it was me and Covella Jones, which we call her Lotion, and she had the group 512 also. But we were like a big female group back then, and it was probably like about. It was us two that rap, but then we had like about maybe 10 to 15 females that were with us, so we just like a whole mob.
Dang,
so
I love
every time we would
that.
step out,
I love
we would be
that.
like, you know, just a bunch of chicks. So one day, I don't know what possessed us, but they was just like, man, we had on trench coats, we had
Hell
on bras
yeah.
and panties, and everybody's like, dang, we got out of limo, and that was it. After that, we was like, okay, this is what it is.
I
but
love that. The girls don't mob together like that.
yeah,
like
we
y'all
did though.
Like,
I really
love
loved it.
that.
I really loved it, and like I did that all the way up until even when I was like I got pregnant with my son after I did Thug Love with ESG, and I was still like, I rapped all the way up until I think we had a show the weekend before I had my son. Like, I didn't even know I was in labor. Like, I went to 6th Street that night. The next morning, they was just like, Mama said, man, you walking kind of funny. You should go to the hospital. I got there. They were like, oh, you're in labor. I was like, I didn't even know because I'm just rapping. Like, I'm just rapping, you know.
What
You done wrap that baby about you.
Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness, that is so like inspiring. Like just hearing your story.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
Yeah, I was really ambitious, and like even going to Screw's house when Screw was still alive. All of that.
Dang,
just
you know everybody.
Yeah. And the way I got connected with all of them is just like one day I was at Givens Park, and ESG and Screw and all of them had a show down there. And my homegirl, they were all like rapping in a circle. They used to just freestyle. I'm gonna come down and get in a circle.
Yeah.
And she was just like, she walked up and she was like, man, my homegirl, she can outdo all of y'all. She, you know, whatever, you know, the word was back then, tight, or she tight, or whatever it was back then. You know, she was just like, and I was like, oh my God, please don't. I was shaking like booty meat. I was so scared. I was so scared, but she was just like, man, so they was like, hey, get out here, say something, do something. So I started rapping, and once I did, they was like, hey, we got this movie coming up called The Dirty Third. You want to come down and get on the movie soundtrack?
I love that movie.
I went, and I was 6 months pregnant with my son when I did Thug Love with ESG, and that was like the song that like really just put me on the map as far as like everybody know that song. Like they always play it, like just everybody. They was like, man, I made my baby off this song. Like, I'm like, okay, thank you. What part of the song?
You're responsible for some of these kids out there.
Wow.
But yeah, I did that song. I was 19, and then just for me doing that song, one of my friends, Marvin, he was passing by one day, and he was with Zero's manager, and he was just like, man, that's my homegirl from Thug Love, and he pulled up. He like, hey, you want to do a song with Zero? I didn't know who that was at the time because I listened to like a lot of R&B. But he pulled up, and I ended up going down there, and that's when I did Will I Go Crazy with Zero, and I didn't even talk to him the whole time I was there. I was just like, I sat in the corner and just wrote my rap real quick. It took me like 10 minutes, and he was just like, hey, who's the girl gonna get on the song? And they was like, her. He was like, man, how's she gonna rap? She don't even talk. So I went in the booth, and when I got in there, like I like to like record normally with the lights dim, because I'm shy. Like even though like my raps come across how they are, like I'm shy. Y'all could probably tell now, but I'm kind of like timid. So when I got off in there, I just went in there and I just started like my first bar, you know, like Pac, I be the last in this breathing and feel me money over, be my pledge of allegiance. And he came in and he was like, who in here with you? He was looking around. He said, I know that wasn't you. I was like, yeah, it was me. He was like, oh, that's crazy. So they went outside and finished the verse, and that's it, you know. And after that, I took like some years off. I think I took almost 2 decades off of rapping. So like, just like coming out now, like seeing the new artists, the new tools that we have to promote, like the internet, which we didn't have back then. Everything, you know, like the platforms. It's a blessing, because back then we were selling our music out the trunk. I remember going to Illusions, and I had like
Illusions.
I went and I went and we went to I think it's called Austin Sound Systems. Austin Sound Systems on Ronley, and I went and I printed up like 100 CDs that night. Sold out of them that night. Went back the next day, because we only gonna print up what we gonna sell. You're not gonna print up a whole bunch and then you just sitting on them. So I'm like, hey, I sold it. Let me flip this amount and then get some more. So that's what we were doing back then, and just running up to people like, hey, you want to listen to my music, or playing it right then and there. A lot of time they like, no, I don't want to listen to your music. So you know, you had like it's so different now. Like I'm kind of like embracing the new age. Like we can like promote just getting online, just going on the internet, and they either want it or they don't, and you ain't got to be right in their face. So if they say no, I'm like, okay, I don't know you, don't know me. I ain't got to look at you, ain't got to look at me, and keep it moving. So it's different now. But back then, I mean, we was like foot soldiers. Music Mania was over. Music Mania blessed a lot of our game. We used to do the consignments or whatever. We go over there and be like, hey, I forgot the guy's name at the time, but like, hey, here go my CD. How much do I get off of it? Y'all sell it for, say, $10. Well, we're going to give you $4 or whatever it was back then. We had to do it that way. And the memories is good. Like, we did a lot of things. Trade the Truth, he used to take me on the road with him. So he showed me like a lot of doing like the in-store setting up, you know, and like we were in a relationship at the time. So I was more like, I really didn't care about all that. I'm just like, just watching him. But he was like, you know, you got to watch. And this is what I do. So we setting up the posters, and then me and J-Tom would get out, help him sell the CDs. He's in the car. I'm a celebrity, had a little bucket hat on, and no, the fans gonna see me. And I was like, what fans? No, I'm joking. But I was just like, you know, like, come on.
Boy, you better get out this car and put
You better get out and help us.
Right.
But yeah, he had us out there, like, you know, we were selling them for him, and I learned a lot from that also. So yeah, just things changed.
Yeah.
It changed, it evolved, and it's just a blessing to be from like back then to now. And like, you know, like some of the newer artists, they don't understand, man. Woo.
Yeah.
We went through a lot.
Yeah.
We went through a lot, like even being on tickets and shows, and when you get there, they're like, you gonna pay your $20? Like, why? I'm on the flyer. Like, we went through a lot back then, especially like the females. It wasn't that many of us, and I was one of them ones. I wasn't gonna compromise myself. I was like, hey, it is what it is. Like, you either want me to perform, you want me on a song, you don't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I've seen a lot of changes. From going from tomboys to, you know what I'm saying? I got on booty shorts because my paper long. Okay. No, we didn't do that back then. We had on starch jeans because our paper long. No, I'm messing with y'all. But yeah, I seen it. It's entertainment though, but it's fun to watch. Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And you definitely touched on a lot of, we're proud of, like, moments that you. Are you working on something now?
Yes.
No, like how can they tap into your new thing?
My new music, some of it I try to tap into like the old like styles or whatever. Like Cliche, she came back on the scene too, so like I'm getting ready to get with her. But like I just with like Reno, I still like admire the old Texas rap or whatever. And K Reno's like my mentor, so we talk all the time. Like when I get negative, he like, no sister, we gonna be positive, and he you know, he keeps me grounded with that. But just like some of the new music, like I did Superfan with me and Lauren Riggins, which is Shakita. And that song, actually, I just got a message from Spotify. Like, that was like, they just going off on that song. Like, it's a lot of people, like, new listeners. Like, we had 1,000 new listeners last month, and I didn't even know, like, because I don't be on Spotify. Honestly, I'm old school. I'm still just trying to catch up with it. I really just don't. I don't log into my stuff. I really don't. And so when I get the email and I seen it, and I met Shakita, I was like, hey, look, the song is doing something on there. And she was just like, that's cool. That's what's up. But I try to work with, like, everybody. I know it's like kind of like a division between like the new ones and like the old school. And you know, I've even had some of them like, oh, you washed up, you old, you need to go away. And I'm just like, dang, like I'm just coming to embrace y'all. Like I'm never negative, like trying to attack anybody.
Whoever said that, they probably was threatened.
Yeah, I'm nice, and I'm just like, dang, you know, I'll tell them like, hey, you want to do it? No, you just need to go lay down. You old. Oh, okay, well, it is what it is. But
You're so
thank you.
Oh, okay. Well,
no, I mean, I can't argue with them. I'm like, I'm coming to tell you, I'm embracing what you're doing with your music. Like, but dang, you ain't gotta talk to me like that. You know,
that's crazy.
Respect your elders, then. You know what I'm saying? Respect my gangster. You know. Don't make me do what Serena did last night. I can't crip walk, but you know what I mean. I got a lot of that from a few of them that are actually like popular right now, and I was just like, dang, man.
Wait, here in Austin?
Yeah. Oh. I was just like. It's unfortunate. And I just kind of was like, at the end of the day, I mean, some of them I was like, man, your bars ain't up to par to be talking to me like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to let you make it.
Yeah,
Because it's a different age now. So, like, you can even, like, I know, like, Sexy Red came out when she first came on the internet and had that song. It's just like, everybody like, what is this crowd? But it blew her up. And now look where she's at. So you can never be like, oh, that person sucked. They can't rap. They suck.
Yeah.
Man, that don't matter sometimes. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, like.
It's her. It works for her.
Yeah.
And it got her own. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sometimes that part don't matter. It's how an audience embrace a person. It can even be their flaws that make people like flock to them. Like me and Shamar, we really good friends, you know. And like he's actually gonna come here.
Shamar?
Yeah, I'm bringing him down here. He's actually coming down here, and like yeah, like I'll be talking to him, and I'm just like, and I see like people messing with him, but at the end of the day, y'all are still watching. It's like
exactly.
He posts something like 20 minutes later, it got 50,000 views. So I'm like, hey, it doesn't matter. It's like the game is different now. Yeah. And so I never knock anything anybody does to like get views and, you know, like I could put out like the best bars, but sometimes that ain't even what you need now. You could just say, hey, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and hey, it blew up. You know, it's like you never know. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And it's definitely harder for females, especially with the age thing. Like it's so many older like rappers, like men wise, that people just have respect for them just off the strength of, oh, they a man, they probably got some wisdom in the game. So it definitely is harder for females, but I will say that I feel like you build more genuine fans when you stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
So as long as you like keep true to your, if you like hard bars or if you like to, you know, spit some real shit versus the 1, 2, 3 stick that, because somebody gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
So
there's an audience.
I didn't know we could
everybody.
cuss. No.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was a sober home. This was a sober home. No, kick your shoes off and relax. Don't get my old English out the court. No, I'm joking. I'm playing. I don't know.
you're funny.
Relax.
But yeah, I feel y'all on that, and it's still like the disrespect out there. Like, you know, I have homeboys, and they'll just get a whole just clique of dudes before they even ask me to come, and you know, and then they'll film the dudes, and then when it's time for me to like. I don't know what to call it. It'd be rainbow to me in a way. No offense, but it's like weird, you know. So even like with doing the music, like the podcast they have in Houston, like for the Dirty Third, like they interviewed everybody already, but not me, and I was female on the Dirty Third. Like so, we working on getting that stuff worked out, but it's still a lot of like disrespect and mess, you know. Yeah. And still gotta fight. I feel like we still gotta fight for like equality, you know.
Heck yeah.
And we go through that
Still
too.
fighting.
Yeah.
Still
and
fighting.
just across the board with anything, being an artist, you know, any type of entertainment, any type of workforce. Yeah,
Media,
we still fight for our
being
space.
a female, like we go through it too. It's
and
like,
a black female at that.
Yeah.
Makes it worse.
It makes it worse.
And I'm thinking we evolved. Like I have people like just last week, well, what you gonna do for me? Nothing, bye. Like, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way, you know, or you get like, I'm like, I write my bars, and I think like maybe I could intimidate people sometimes, but it's just, I be so like just astonished by like the hate and the meanness sometimes from like people. Like a lot of the guys still, you know, it's like never ending, and I'm just like, dang. But I just wish we could all come together and just like do music. Like, dang, if you can't write it, I'll ghostwrite for you, but don't hate on me. Like, dang, say I need some help with these last 2 bars, Ms Demeanor.
So she'll tutor you.
I got you. For $9.99.
She got you.
Where can we tap into your new like your social media? I know you getting used to the change, but how can we tap into the new?
So I still have my Facebook is under like Ms Demeanor Simpkins. It's SIMPKINS, and then my IG is Ms Demeanor 21. TikTok, I'm trying to get into the TikTok, so you'll see me on there dancing and doing stuff or whatever. But my YouTube, same thing, Ms Demeanor, aka Mo Pressure, and just tap in and yeah, y'all just tap in with me. I'm friendly. I'm nice. You know, like I know the
Yes.
song sounded rough, but no, I'm just hey, I'm just a bitch ass nigga. No, I'm joking.
Okay, well, we have enjoyed you coming out and chit chatting with us.
Yeah, really.
I know that
Thank
we could
you.
probably keep this going on for a couple hours because we as all women, we understand each other.
Yeah.
But y'all, please give a hand for Ms Demeanor. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our next guest.